kind of an overview of the entire project. Last week we started the project. We started fresh on a Monday, and when we started, this whole backyard was just basically grass. So what we did is I cut the grass and dug down about 10 to 12 inches. We put 2 layers of crusher run in. We probably have an average of 6 to 8 inches of compacted crushed stone, and we compacted it in 2 different layers so that we wouldn't get any settling in the future. And then it took us about 4 days to lay all this broken flagstone. And we went kind of a little bit more of an angular pattern. And we definitely have what's called a broken edge here, where the stones kind of jut in and out around the planting. It's a much more natural look, and it allows for plantings to kind of go in and around the flagstone. The next phase after the installation of the terrace was we got a good start on the water feature. We basically dug a small, shallow pond. We put some scrap liner down on the bottom, and then we put the good liner in, some more scrap liner, and then some 1/2 inch thick rubber pads to protect the liner from these large rocks. We didn't want to perforate the liner in any way, otherwise we'd have to do the whole feature over again. So eventually we're going to finish off this feature. That'll be a few days from now. With the weather moving in, the next phase that we went to was the planting. We graded about 7 or 8 cubic yards of topsoil just yesterday, around in through the plant beds. We spaded a natural edge, and right now, today, we're in the process of tilling in the last of the peat moss. We're going to end up using 11 bales of peat moss on this project. So what we have here is some really nice, rich, well-drained, moisture-retentive garden soil where you can almost plant with your hands. It's nice and loose. In some of the other bed areas, they actually worked up the soil a little bit with a tractor before we ran the tiller through. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of plants spotted out that we just picked up last night from 2 different nurseries. And we just have a really interesting selection of plants. We just have to spot them out and get the arrangement the way we want. And then a little bit later today, we're going to install those plants and try to button this project up in about 2 or 3 more work days. Well, we just added some liner on yesterday, and we triple seamed it, and then we put some lap sealant on it, so we're like quadruple covered as far as joining the 2 pieces of rubber. We had to extend the rubber because we're using a good sized crock instead of just a small pit to hold the pump in this pondless water feature. So it's kind of the moment of truth right now. We're going to see how everything fits.
Hi, I'm Mark Anthony, and John has been doing a great job out here on our new patio terrace. I'd like to say a couple things about John. His product, his designs were better than anyone else. I thought his prices were very fair, and Nancy and I couldn't be happier with the outcome. John's a great worker, very methodical, very honest, and we felt totally comfortable with everything. Couldn't have been happier.